Welcome back to the channel. This time around I'll be going into woodworking again. I'll be making a big mess in my shop, but I have to do a long overdue laundry room makeover. Our house is kind of on the small side and we had limited space to store stuff, and the laundry room was a mess because things are lying around all over the place. And we discovered in the process that there was some stuff that was purchased and put away in places, and then we forgot about them, so it's overdue. So I'm set up to do 3 cabinets, 2 36-inch wide with a divider in the middle. 1 24-inch includes a drawer cabinet and an extension over the freezer. So that'll give us plenty of storage space in the future for putting stuff in there. It's going to be a pantry as well, as because there's just so much laundry stuff you can put in there, and a few extra little doodahs for making her laundry day easier. So without further ado, let's go build some cabinets and fix up this laundry room. Here you go, 3 cabinets rough cut, 2 at 36-inch wide and 1 at 24. 1 with drawers, the rest was shelving and other special laundry room stuff. What I've done is I've got rabbets on the sides to accept the top and the bottom. Top and bottom are identical. And dados to accept the divider piece, the vertical. And same thing, very simple construction, nothing fancy. It should work okay. There's a center board. It's just plain, nothing, no dados, no rabbits. And now it's time to glue and tack it, and hopefully that'll work for me. The spacing between the bars is 9 inches. The drawers are going to be 8 inches high, so it gives me half an inch top and bottom, and I've got 3 drawers here, and that should help with my clearances. And I will probably have to space out the sides a little bit with small spacers for when I put in the sliders in there. I don't know the clearances required. There's going to be a faceplate on here, which will protrude about half an inch, I mean, maybe a quarter inch. And I got to compensate because of that. So it'll work in the long run. I've done this type of thing before. So this part is done. It's all glued up. And it's ready for the next section, which will be making the drawers. The drawers are built. These are the very simplest of drawers. It's just a laundry room. The edges are just straight cut. The only thing I've done is I've added dowel pins, four corners in each end board, and that's about it. So, well, this one you can't even tell it's there. Once it's painted, you won't be able to see that. But that's basically it. I'm not going really high tech on this, so that's going to be the drawers. I added some veneer edging just to close off the end of the plywood, and I got a little plane to get rid of the edge, the sharp edge. It sticks out. For the drawer front on the drying rack, I need to create a recess in here to give me clearance for the piano hinge that was installed for the extension part. So it'll close nice and tight once it's all assembled. So I'll just use Dremel with a small bit and cut this recess, and that should give me plenty of clearance. On this project, I'm building the toe kicks separately with these were 2x6s that I ripped down to 4 inches. And there's a floor vent in the laundry room in this area. So I'm going to cut out the front plate to give me an opening for the air to flow through. So that's a simple way of doing things. And it should be solid enough. This will be screwed down. The cabinet will be screwed down to the 4-inch pieces here and there. So it'll be pretty sturdy. For the toe kick, I'm just going to screw it from the front, but I'm going to hide the screws. I start with a flat blade drill bit, 1/2 inch. Then I've got my countersinking jig here. That works pretty good. That's next step. Then it's screwed on with just some, I think these are actually outdoor screws, but they work fine. And then I've got some 1/2 inch dowels in the hole, so that should work pretty good. This is my table saw setup for doing the stiles and the rails, cutting in the dados. What I've got here is I've got the dado blade only stacked without spacers, 3/8 of an inch high and 1/4 of an inch between the guide and the blade. And what I end up with is a nice groove in the rails. Actually, the stiles will be the same, and the panel fits in there nice. It's not real snug, but it's not so tight that it won't have a chance to expand and contract with temperature and moisture. So I got to do 6 stiles and of course 6 rails. I think it's 6 rails. Yeah, and I'll do the height adjustment later for when I do the sliding door hardware, and I want to make sure that everything is done right. So I'll do one test panel extra long to start with, and then cut it down to size until I get it right, and then I'll continue with the other ones. What I'm using to mount the rail is this kit I got. I have 2 of these kits. They're a bypass closet door style sliding door system, but I only need the one door to go. So I'm not doing a bypass, I'm just leaving one hole empty. So what I've done is I've ground the edges all the way through, and then just remove the inner one. And that'll give me plenty of room to screw on to the support on the cabinet. And this is a pretty handy kit because there's an adjustable height, so you can align it pretty well. And for the bottom, all I'm doing is, here we go. I've got this 1.5 inch aluminum, and what I'll do is I'll just mount it on the bottom and just cut more grooves in the bottom of the doors to keep it solid. So that'll take a little bit of adjustment as well, but I think it'll work pretty good. The old wash base cabinet was really showing its age. It's really low quality. The wood is just pressed wood, so it's really garbage. The actual base cabinet is not too bad. Like, I'm not going to be using the sink again. Like, really, who does hand washing anymore? I know I'd get a cardiac arrest if I saw my wife doing it. So I decided to go with just a single kitchen style sink, stainless steel. Here we go. And just put this in here. It's basically the same size, but it doesn't fit quite perfect. So what I've done is I made a spacer to adapt it to the cabinet. Like I say, this thing will hardly ever gets used, so I'm the one I use the most to wash my hands after coming out of the garage. So this will just, it sits in there, not bad. And that'll just space it out. Oh God. You know. And it's obviously not in there right now, but it does fit. So that's what I'm going to do with the basin. So, like I say, the actual cabinet itself, although it's not high quality, it's sound. So I'll be reusing it. And maybe making a few little modifications. That's about it. There it is. Now to put everything together. Here we go, the project is finally finished and ready for full use. Just open the door here. And we have the wall cabinets and the new sink. My wife wanted the end one open to keep her laundry stuff all accessible. So we left one door out so it didn't have to make it too complicated. And the sliders work not too bad. The upper sliders and the guide down below. And it doubles as a pantry now, so we have a small house, so it was limited in space for pantry. And if she has to hang something up, there's a place to put extra hangers. And here you go. We can hang stuff up here. Put this back. More pantry space. There's a lot of stuff here. And I kept this open. We have a shredder, so I put this in here as well as the little portable vacuum. And the other thing we've got is a drying rack. It is actually limited in what it can do, but it's not too bad. So after a couple of uses, we decided that this isn't enough. So what I've done is I bought a online thing that is basically a cool little thing. Other than I'm kind of not too happy with the quality, and I'll just put this down for a second. Now we have more room for drying stuff, so she has more room. Yeah. Anyway, and let's back up. So it's out of the way when not in use. Let's see, that's about it. I think that pretty well takes care of things. So happy with the results. And I had to change the plumbing down here because of the sink. I had to, I don't know if you can see this, I had to extend the drain pipe up, and which actually worked to our benefit. It gives us more room down below for stuff, more stuff. So it won't be any laundry stuff that she had forgotten a whole bunch because they're stashed all over the place. And now they're all in one place, and hopefully we won't lose any more of that stuff and end up with a stale product. And that's it. Hope you liked this episode, and it was fun build. And back to normal stuff in the workshop. Well, that's it for this video. It was a learning process for me. It was challenging, but in the long run it was a lot of fun, and I think the results are okay. It was one of those things that I did learn that wall cabinets are nothing more than a drawer cabinet, but standing up on end and on steroids. Like the backs are dado backs and rabbet top and bottom, and then I use some special hardware to connect them together. And to me it turns out all right, and it'll be this room will be in full use shortly. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.